All persons are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Viewer discretion is advised. Channel 1 and the heroes of San Luis bring you a special in-depth tour of the San Luis Regional Detention and Support Center. This 450-bed medium security facility is located in San Luis, Arizona, approximately 20 miles south of Yuma, Arizona, and is contracted with the U.S. Marshal Service and U.S. Customs and Border Protection. We'd like to introduce you to Warden David Rivas.
Good morning. My name is David Rivas, and I'm the warden for the San Luis Regional Detention and Support Center here in San Luis, Arizona. I've been in this business since I was 18 years old. I joined the Marine Corps in 1974 and entered the field of corrections. Since then, I did 20 years military corrections, and then I entered the private life. I've done 36 years total in the corrections business. I've worked in private prisons, military prisons, and government prisons. I was a warden for the state of Arizona. I was a warden of the Lewis Complex and Douglas Complex until I joined community education centers here in San Luis. The San Luis facility is a privately run prison. It's actually owned by the city of San Luis, but it's operated by Emerald Companies out of Shreveport and Lafayette, Louisiana. Altogether, Emerald Companies has been in business for 13 years. We have a total of 6 facilities under operation with about 3,500 inmates under our guard. We contract private prisons for U.S. Marshals, Immigration's Customs Enforcement, and local and county governments. We have facilities in Louisiana, Texas, New Mexico, and here in San Luis. What are the differences between private and public prisons? In private prisons, we actually enter in partnerships with local, state, and federal governments. For instance, here in San Luis, we are assigned as the operator. The actual agreement is with the U.S. Marshal Services in Yuma, Arizona. What is unique here also is that we also house U.S. Marshal inmates from the state of California, from Southern California. In fact, our population here today is right around 350 inmates, of which it consists of a population of both Yuma, Arizona inmates and California inmates. We also house both males and females here. We have a small group of females. We house material witnesses, and for the most part, this facility is a pretrial facility. We also house short-term sentenced inmates for the U.S. Marshal Service. At this facility, all our staff are typically most likely from the immediate vicinity here in San Luis and Yuma, or is what makes up our employment. The unique thing about private prisons is that we do everything in a nutshell. We hire, we train them, we send them through an 80-hour training course for correctional staff. We certify them in firearms. We do all the transports for the U.S. Marshal here. We follow American Correctional Association standards of accreditation, which are approximately 465 standards of how to run a prison and how to do it well. We also have oversight from Immigration's and Customs Enforcement. We have an annual inspection. We have U.S. Marshals that come through our facility on at least an annual basis to ensure that we are complying with policies and procedures and that we are housing them in accordance with detention standards. I'm going to take you on a tour of the facility. Follow me. This is a control room. In any institution, the control is basically the brain of the institution. It is from this area that all accountability of staff, inmates, equipment, keys, radios, they maintain an official log in this area.
What's our current count, sir?
351.
Release
Okay.
is that
This is the intake area where we process inmates in and out of the facility. When they come in here, we do 100% inventory of their property. We account for their money and valuables. We fingerprint them. We positively identify them. And we have them medically screened also. Once they have gone through the inmate processing, the classification, and medical screening, then we move them to a house in the facility. The same process takes place on the way out. We bring them up here, we positively identify who they are before they're released, we account for their property again, they sign for their property. We issue them either cash or a check with whatever funds are left in their valuables, and we give them whatever jewelry or valuables that they came in with. They come in civilian clothes, we change them out, we give them underwear, clean clothes. I actually get a care package also. It consists of soap, deodorant, toilet paper, toothpaste, razor, toothbrush, and they store their valuables there also. In reverse, when they're getting out, they go through the reverse process where they give us back our property and we give them back their property. We have our laundry facilities right here. Inmates get a clean set of underclothing every day. They do an exchange 3 times a week. We'll take you to the kitchen now. Right now we're cooking probably about 1,100 meals a day. There's kind of our bakery right here. Making cookies probably. Now she's got a 5-week cycle menu. Every 6 weeks you go back to week 1. That kind of changes up the menu of what they get. Now this diet is signed by a registered dietitian. So it has to follow national standards, has a food analysis, a nutritional analysis attached to every meal, so that if an inmate has a sodium intake issue, they can cut back on their food however they design. You'll notice that this is also a knifeless kitchen. I'll take you to medical now.
23 new bookings today.
Oh my gosh.
So Mr. Acosta was working on getting the TB PPDs administered so that we can get their TB status.
If you have somebody that's showing symptoms, what do you do?
Isolate.
And we isolate them here. We have actually 8 reverse negative pressure rooms, meaning that they go into the room, into the cell, and the oxygen that they breathe stays with them. Very unique setting. Most prisons don't have one.
No.
The state of Arizona prisons don't have any.
We do medication pass twice a day. We go out to the inmates. We take carts of medications and take them out to the inmates. And we do sick call every day. That's how the inmates get medical care. They fill out a request, they come and see the nurse, and we take care of what needs we can that doesn't require a doctor.
You know, that's one of the best things that we can do for them. We can put them out and rec and let them just kind of, it takes their mind off of things. And you can see that in their faces. 14-man dorm. They spend most of their time in here. They eat in there. They recreate by passive games, sleep, watch TV. The TVs are on from morning till 10 o'clock at night. They normally like watching a lot of sports, especially soccer or football. Store provides, soda, soups, candy, pastries to the inmates. If you'll notice the machine over there, that cart, it is done point of sale. Point of sale meaning that the store clerk scans their ID, and so what they do is they scan it and it will tell them exactly how much money they have on their books. And then as they purchase groceries, it removes it point of sale. just like at Circle K or at the grocery store. And believe it or not, the store sells anywhere from $6,000 to $7,000 a week.
Oh my God.
It's a lot of food. You'll notice these barcodes right here. But what that is that's a scan code for supervisors. They have a scanner. So whenever they walk around, they scan. That gives me information recorded that they've come by here. We sell them 10-minute, 15, 20-minute phone cards. They use a PIN number, and they make the phone call home. Now you mentioned, what if they don't have money? If they don't have money, we still provide for them. Every Thursday, we bring out their health and comfort items like toilet paper, toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, shaving gear, shaving cream, razors. If they're indigent, meaning that they don't have any money in the book, we also give them, I think, 3 envelopes and postage so that they can write home. And we do that weekly. Typically, the reasons for putting an inmate in segregation is either because of the inmate needing protection, he may be a security risk, he may be a security risk to others or to staff, or he may have something in his file that demonstrates that he's a potential for being violent or dangerous. In his case, he may have tattoos, associations, he may have history, and as such, rather than to put him in the general population and him to disrupt the operation, we'll put him in here. We'll take you into the rec area. Before an inmate from segregation comes to the rec yard, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pat search him, we're going to restrain him, and he's going to be escorted by 2 staff members to this area. Now this is what a segregation inmate will recreate in. You'll notice that there's one of the locks for the key that the officer has. He's going to open the lock, he's going to open the door, and he's going to secure the inmate inside the rec enclosure. After that, he's going to open this padlock, and he's going to have the inmate bend over at the waist so that his hands are out here. And then he's going to remove the restraints. After he removes the restraints, he's going to instruct the inmate to go to the back, and he's going to close the cuff slot. You're probably wondering why we paint these. That's for accountability, because these things can be made into weapons. They can take them off. Fence ties, same thing. I've seen shanks, an inmate, a prison knife made out of fence. We overlapped this with metal so that they don't unravel the fence. Razor wire, you'll notice a razor wire along the edges all the way around. 165 days a week, a year, they will think of ways to get out. These are larger dormitories. These are the 48-man dorms. Showers and restrooms in the back. Each of the dorms has 4 telephones. They have 2 TVs. They have a microwave. And you'll notice the passive games on the table. Now we have the officers on station, and the officer here, he maintains a journal of activities that take place. He records everything. He records his count. He records any activity, from meals to rec to searches, things of that nature. Typically, the type of inmates that we get here are usually inmates that have issues with immigration statuses. However, that doesn't prohibit us from taking other inmates. We have drug violators, we have inmates that have committed federal crimes that are pending court. If anyone is interested in employment at our facility, they can simply pick up an application here, or they can access our website at emeraldcompanies.com.